Have you ever felt like you're barely holding it together? You go through your days, scrolling, working, eating, sleeping, trying to manage everything, but inside, something feels fragile. You tell yourself, when life finally calms down, then I'll have peace. But deep down, you already know the truth. Life never calms down. There is always another storm on the horizon. Here's the uncomfortable question. If life will always be filled with chaos, what will you do? Collapse under it, or learn how to be unbreakable? 2,000 years ago, one man faced this question on a scale most of us can barely imagine. His name was Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome, philosopher, ruler of an empire stretched across continents. He commanded armies, navigated plagues, and faced endless wars. And yet, in the midst of power and chaos, he turned inward, not to wealth or pleasure, but to philosophy. While leading battles near the Quadi and Carmuntum, Marcus scribbled private notes to himself. Not speeches for the Senate, not propaganda for the people, just raw reflections, reminders he needed to survive. Those fragments became known as meditations. They are not the writings of a man at ease, but of a man at war, with the world, with himself, with the fragility of being human. And in them lies a map, not to comfort, but to resilience. Not to escape, but to the strength to endure. Segment 1, the invincible inner citadel. Marcus teaches something radical. You are stronger than your circumstances. Your true power doesn't reside in possessions, in reputation, or even in your body. It resides in your mind, your will, your reason. Think about it. How often do you let someone else control your emotions? One rude remark, one failure, one disappointment. Suddenly your peace is shattered. But Marcus insists, nothing external has the power to truly wound you. The wound comes from your own judgment. Do not suppose you are hurt and your complaint ceases. Cease your complaint and you are not hurt. What he's saying is this: pain is real, loss is real, but suffering is built by the mind. The mind is your citadel, an inner fortress that no army, no insult, no misfortune can breach unless you open the gates. Plato called for self-examination, urging us to look within to find meaning. Marcus takes it further. Examine, protect, and discipline the citadel of your mind. Because when the storms rage, that fortress is all you have. But resilience is not just about defense. Marcus reveals a deeper truth. Obstacles themselves are fuel. Every hindrance, he wrote, can be turned into help. Life is not unfair when it throws barriers in your path. Life is offering you training. Your patience is sharpened by delays. Your courage is revealed in fear. Your strength is proven by hardship. We want life to be smooth. But Marcus teaches, the obstacle is the way. The fortress of your mind is not just a refuge, it's an engine, transforming every trial into growth. Segment 2, action, purpose, and brotherhood. If segment 1 is about fortifying yourself, segment 2 is about how you use that strength. Marcus reminds us that we don't exist for ourselves alone. You are a citizen of the world, he wrote, a member of the swarm. This idea might sound soft, but it's anything but. It's a challenge. Because if we are bound together, then every action we take carries weight. Every word, every choice echoes outward. So he set a standard. Live each action as if it were your last. Ask yourself, am I not on the verge of something unnecessary? How much of your life is spent chasing what doesn't matter? Status, distraction, revenge? Marcus demands, strip it away. Live with gravity, freedom, humanity, and justice. Machiavelli, writing centuries later, argued that rulers survive through cunning and fear. Marcus offers the opposite. True strength is found in integrity. Even surrounded by corruption, he insisted on virtue. And when it came to conflict, Marcus gave advice that challenges every instinct we have. When others offend you, remember they are just like you, flawed, confused, struggling. Their mistakes are born from ignorance, not malice. To retaliate is to become like them. To forgive is to transcend. He offers this metaphor. Be like the vine that bears fruit without demanding thanks. Do good because it is in your nature, not because it is rewarded. In a world obsessed with recognition, this is a radical act. Even prayer, Marcus argued, should be inward. Don't pray for success, comfort, or possessions. Pray for strength to master your fears, for clarity to avoid foolish desires, for freedom from needing what you cannot control. Segment 3. Embracing the flux and the end. The final pillar of Marcus's wisdom is the most difficult to face. Everything changes. Everything ends. Look around you. The continents, the seas, the mountains. They seem eternal, but they too will pass. Empires collapse. Names fade. Even our memories vanish. And you are but a moment in the vast river of time. This realization can crush you, or it can liberate you. For Marcus, it was liberation. If everything is fleeting, then clinging is foolish. The only thing you truly own is the present moment. No man, he wrote, can lose any other life than that which he lives now. So live now as though it were your last act. Not with panic, but with urgency. Be just. Be honest. Be brave. Do not postpone virtue for another day, because tomorrow is not promised. And when death comes, Marcus saw it not as terror, but as nature's law. Death is the dissolving of elements, the end of your role in the play. The length of the performance doesn't matter. What matters is, did you play your part well? Bonhoeffer, in the face of Nazi imprisonment, echoed this when he wrote, "Action springs not from thought, but from a readiness for responsibility. The weight is not in how long you live, but in how deeply you fulfill your duty while you breathe." The uncomfortable truth. Now here is the truth you may not want to hear. Resilience is not something you can buy, achieve, or wait for. It is forged in the fire of difficulty. It is tested every day by small choices. Life will never be easy. And that's not a failure. It's the design. You don't become strong by living in ease. You become strong by facing what scares you, by choosing virtue over comfort, by building the unbreakable mind. Marcus Aurelius ruled the world, yet he still needed to remind himself daily. Your business is simple, to be true and just, and to show benevolence, even to the untrue and unjust. If an emperor needed reminders, so do we. Conclusion: the unbreakable mind. So what does all this mean for you, today, right now? It means the peace you crave isn't waiting in the future. It's already here, inside you. In the fortress of your mind, in your choices, in your willingness to embrace change, to act with integrity, to treat others as kin, to live fully in the fleeting now. The storms will not stop. The world will not slow down. The people around you will not always be kind. But you can become unbreakable, not because life is easy, but because your mind is strong. Plato dreamed of philosopher kings. Marcus Aurelius proved what such a king might look like. But you don't need a throne to live by the same philosophy. So ask yourself, when your play ends, when you step off the stage of life, will you leave satisfied? Not with wealth or recognition, but with the knowledge that you lived with courage, justice, and love. Because that, Marcus teaches us, is the only legacy worth leaving. The empire of Rome is gone. The armies, the monuments, the power, all dust. But the words of one man remain, stronger than marble, more enduring than steel. That is the unbreakable mind, and it can be yours.